a video today. It's about why the fact that people with disabilities in the UK and the United States and Australia get away with crimes such as murder and rape, but also of being a stalker, because our systems, our judicial systems, believe that these people are vulnerable, and that as such, as though they are vulnerable, that they should not be able to be convicted of certain crimes, such as being a pedophile and child sexual allegations and stuff like that. So yeah, our courts allow these people to get away because they believe that if they're put into the prison system, they are vulnerable to getting hurt or being murdered, or also other behaviour against them. So that's one fact, that the courts believe that these people are vulnerable, even though they've been convicted of being a murderer or raping somebody or even stalking somebody and using predatory behaviour against children as well. And the courts don't even convict them because, the lawyers get them off, or the juries find sympathy with the perpetrator instead of the victim, and these people get off scot-free. And it happens not just here in Australia, but also in the United Kingdom as well. I watched a video on YouTube about these pedophile hunters, and they came across two people with autism who are on the spectrum, the autism spectrum. And these people were actually soliciting behaviours against children. They were wanting to, have a sexual relationship with someone younger than the age of 12. The sexual age in the UK is 16, I think, to be legalised. It's legal. And yet these people, are wanting to have sexual behaviours with kids as young as 14, or 12 years old, or even 11. And it's both male and female as well. So yeah, these people aren't really vulnerable. They play on their disability to get off because they know that the courts will not convict them of their charges, and police won't arrest them either. There was another guy that had learning difficulties, and yet the police were called there, and yet he was going after a girl that was 13 years old or something like that. Yeah, so he was doing some real predatory behaviour, a sick individual that's attracted to children. Yes, these guys are pedophiles, and they should be held accountable in any court, no matter what. And they should be going to prison or mental health hospitals instead of being re-released back into the community where they can do it again. And they even, these pedophile hunters actually went against a guy that was already convicted of sexual assault against 21 women and children. At least they got him arrested. He had a alert tracker on his leg, and they, police arrested him. It was in Hull, near in Yorkshire, I think, in the United Kingdom, in England. So yeah, so there are pedophiles out there. There are, people with disabilities that do predatory behaviour and aren't convicted of it, and they just get away with it. And it's wrong that our courts and systems allow this sort of behaviour to happen. Here in Australia, they think that, certain individuals with disabilities are wrongfully convicted in prisons of these crimes, especially if they come from an Indigenous background, as there are many in Western Australia and in the Northern Territory that come from these certain backgrounds that are arrested and are prosecuted against as well. And they think it's discriminatory against their people with disabilities. So they're trying to get them off as well, even though these people have committed these crimes. So yes, it's wrong that our governments allow that sort of stuff to happen, and yet these people aren't convicted of any crimes that they commit at all, including murder and rape and other crimes as well. Theft as well is another crime that they get away with. So it's wrong that these people just get away with it.